Hello and welcome to another week of weekly psychic readings or review. So we're doing this from the 12th of August through to the 18th of August. Okay, so I hope you've all had a good week and thanks for joining me again. So the way I work is I work with my spirit guides. I ask them to give everyone out there what they need for the upcoming week, any practices and tips, and to also give you the healing that you require for the upcoming week and any issues which might be popping up as well, or you might currently have. Okay, so just give me a sec. I'll just tune in, seal off, call my guides in, and we'll get on with the week. Okay, this is it's interesting. So they're talking about how quite a lot of people, and you do this in different ways. It doesn't necessarily have to be from a metaphysical or spiritual sort of point of view, but people are looking for that essence inside of them. Some people call it God, some people call it Great Spirit, some people call it Source, or the I Am Presence, or whatever it is. And they're looking for this, but they're looking for this around them. They're looking for this externally, and they're telling me, it's interesting because the I don't know if the word irony is the right word to use, but the irony of this is that I Am Presence, the Great Spirit, is present in every one of our cells, and we wouldn't actually, they're telling me, I've never heard this, we wouldn't actually be able to survive if we didn't have source energy within us. We didn't have God within us. And so they just want you to have a think about that. And when you're walking around and you're looking at different things, the trees, the sun, the water, different things, every single thing has got that same energy in it. Exactly the same as you have, and every single person that you come across has got that energy inside of them, has got that essence inside of them. And the way that it gets expressed is as individual as anything. It's in millions of different forms, but it's that thing about realizing throughout this next upcoming week, as you're coming through the week, whenever you look at something, recognize that presence of God, the Great Spirit, Source, whatever it is, in that. And when you look in the mirror, recognize that in you as well. And they're saying this is what we really want to get to, is that if you can start comprehending, and they're telling me too, poking me, they're saying David as well, if you can start comprehending on more of a daily basis that Great Spirit is present within you at all times, and that the best way to be able to connect with Source, to be able to connect with your guides, one of the best ways I could say is to really start cognizing this and really start recognizing this. And they're saying this will enable you to contact your higher self, your guides, the angels, whatever, you want to say, spirit, we'll just call it. This will enable you to contact spirit and communicate with spirit and strengthen your communication, if you already have one, with spirit, which they're saying all of you do in various different ways. So, yeah, stop looking and start realizing. They just said. So, okay, we'll get on with the days of the week. So, start of the week, what's going on the start of the week? So, yeah, it's about observing, and it's about seeing things for what they are and seeing things for the way they are. And they're saying that the biggest the biggest sort of thing, the biggest presence, the thing that has the most impact is the way that you perceive something. It's not the actual event and what actually happens, but it's the way you perceive it, and then the feelings that are accompanied with that perception and that sort of thing. And if you're able to stand back from this, and it's not saying stand back from your feelings, it's about honouring your feelings, knowing they're there, but not letting your feelings, cloud the reality of the situation, be a little bit more objective to it. And it's telling me this takes a fair bit of practice, it's something that this isn't going to happen overnight. But it's that thing about being objectively observant of, what's going on around you and what's going on with you. What that will do is that it'll give you a clarity, it'll give you a very comfortable spot in which you're able to navigate what's going on, and which you're able to actually get a lot more of the essence of the situation or the experience that's being presented to you, that you're involved in, whatever that is. So that's for the start of the week. Okay, the middle of the week. This is it's a bit about laughing, it's a bit about letting go, and it's a bit about not being too serious. So they're saying it's a little bit like last week about having fun, but it's that thing too about relaxing a little bit, taking things a little bit easier, taking things a little bit more in your stride. And they're saying not trying to figure out everything about everything. That's cool to do at times, not to a massive extent, because you just give yourself a headache. But it's that thing too about, they're saying when you're really trying hard to figure something out, you're really grinding yourself and that sort of thing, a lot of the time, it's quite difficult to come up with the answers. But if you go into it, have a bit of a feel, check it out, come back from it, give yourself a little bit of space, all the times the answers pop up within you. And this is the same about your life. And so it's about not being too heavy, not being too intense about it, and following with it and seeing what happens. Okay, so the end of the week. What's the end of the week about? They just said the end of the week's about putting this stuff into practice. So this is about being objectively observant about situations, about things, because they're telling me there's a few people out there that are going to be tested towards the end of the week. When I mean end of the week, I mean Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You're going to be tested with this stuff, and it's got to do with loved ones. They're telling me, so they're going to come in, they're going to trigger you in quite a big way. It's going to happen for a fair few of you out there. They're not giving me definite numbers, but you're going to get triggered in ways, and it's that thing about, are you going to be able to observe your feelings, observe the situation, and observe what's going on without getting pulled into it, without getting caught into it? And can you take this in your stride? Can you get the reality from this and from this situation, and get the learning from the situation without it engulfing you and just totally taking you out, if that makes sense, just frightening you with emotion, with discord, whatever that situation is, and that sort of thing. So this is really about bringing that strength of who you are, and it's about seeing that that source energy is in these people and is in this situation as well, and it's present there. And they're telling me, when there's an interaction going on and it's triggering you, or it's getting a little bit much, or it's a little bit intense or whatever, they're saying, say to yourself, in your mind, that this person has source in them, that this person has God in them, that this person has great spirit energy within them. And then they're saying, okay, to say in your mind, I honour that presence within you. I honour that presence of God that you are. And they're saying, and then see what happens. Okay. All right. So quite a few of you are going to find that it will diffuse the situation on your side. And when you change it on your side, it'll change it on their side as well. So yeah, I really want to hear how this goes, if you can give me some feedback, because I'll be doing this as well. This is quite interesting stuff. Okay, so is there any more to this? All right, so the other thing is, you know, when you do these practices, when you do these things, when you have these realizations, you know, give yourself a thumbs up, give yourself a like, yeah, awesome, I did really well. You know, just stop for a second and just recognize how well you've done and how much you've changed the way that you work. You keep doing this and you keep giving yourself a pat on the back, I'm awesome, I did really well. Before you know it, your whole life, your whole perception, everything is going to change within you. And they're saying you'll be a lot more of a calmer, more grounded, and more loving and empathetic person. Not just with other people, but to yourself, which is where it all starts. You know, it all starts at home. Okay, is that it? Okay, that's it for today. I just needed to check. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Always wonderful to do this. Thanks very much for your feedback, your comments. Totally awesome. Bring them on, man. I love hearing how you enjoy my work, and that's anything, any other feedback that you can give me. So yeah, if you want to subscribe to my channel, share me around my Facebook page, anything like that, that'd be fabulous. And if you want a personal appointment with me for a reading, counselling, healing, all the other stuff I do, just give us a hoy. You know, give me a call, give me a text. Okay, leave it there. Big love. I hope you have a great week. Good to see you. Okay, bye-bye.